Hi guys, I'm Flat Townhouse specialist Menno. This little video that I've recorded came about quite incidentally. I got a message from Leandra from PropCon who mentioned that she knows I use Outlook very often and have contact stored as an Outlook data or in the Outlook database. And she also had another agent that was battling to export the data out of Outlook into Excel. And that got me thinking. I've had the same problem and I've tried to figure it out myself, and I did manage to do that eventually because I needed to get some Excel data to Lawrence in a CSV format or an Excel workbook format. And I figured that one out with quite a bit of effort and trouble. And then I thought, why not just turn this into a little tutorial? We have to make videos on whatever topic, and why not spend the time doing that, make this my little video. So this is the first video tutorial I've ever done for going virtual, whatever one wants to call it, but for Steve's group, in fact. And I think maybe that's what Steve's trying to achieve as well, to get us thinking and Googling everything. I Googled it and, of course, found the answer for that. So now my cursor is way clearer. The other thing is also that I needed to figure out how to capture the screen and at the same time record myself and then overlay my own recording onto the screen capture that I had. So a number of learning curves. Took me quite a good part of the afternoon to figure it out. So I hope it helps. Here we go. Let's open our Outlook and have a look how to export these contacts. If you go to your Outlook, at the bottom on the left hand side is the contacts. So you go to your contacts. In this case, we were dealing with my buyers, my active buyers. And so I select that category and I go to the, firstly, let's have a look. In the buyers, there is a first name, a last name, an email address, a business telephone number, a mobile telephone number, notes, and then modified and created. The notes were a problem, and I'll get back to that later on. But at this stage, I'm just going to be concerned about the other columns. So I go to my file, and I go to open and import on the left, and I select that, and I go to then import and export, select that. Now it gives me a number of options, export RSS feeds, etc. The selection we have to make is the export to a file. We want to export these contacts to a file, so I select that and I say next. It gives the option then between comma separated values or Outlook data. Comma separated values is the one we want to select, so I say next. Now it sometimes seems like it's not responding. The list is very long, so I'm assuming that it's just doing a bit of capturing the data or processing it, running through it. So I've clicked on next and it's almost as if nothing's responding. The list is a very long list as well, which I'm assuming is why it takes a while. So, next it's sort of showing the hourglass, it doesn't seem responsive. It says at the top here, export to a file not responding, but it is in effect. So just have a bit of patience and it'll get there. Have a cup of tea in the meantime. So yes, some patience needed there, so now we wait. It'll happen, I hope. I've done it before. I've got a learner's license for Outlook. There we go. It's just changed now. It's given me now select folder to export from. You'll see these little icons are contacts and the other yellow ones are your email folders. So pretty much the one that is selected there, the buyers, the active buyers, is the one that we're wanting to export from. So I select it and I say next. Then it says save exported file as, and it gives you the opportunity to browse to see, where you're wanting to put it. I've selected a folder. You can save it wherever you want. There was already one there, so I'm replacing it. And then you just need to next. Right, then it comes up with map custom fields, is what it says on the right hand side. So I'm going to click on the map custom fields. Now you can see already in my selection on the right hand side, the columns that are relevant to my list are the first name, the last name, the business phone, the mobile phone, and the email address, which we're wanting to export now. You can clear this list and you can map it yourself. In other words, you can go to the left hand side where all the possible fields are, and then let's say for the name we open the little plus and it will say title, first name, middle name, last name. Now I know we were working in my columns with the first name, so I drag it across. We're working with the last name, so I drag it across. I can scroll down and go to the business phone number, drag that across. I can go and do the mobile number. I missed that somewhere. There's lots and lots of fields, and each one of you would have different fields possibly. The mobile phone, I'm dragging that across. Then I go down all the way to email. Okay, there's an email. There's a couple of emails. You see email 2, email 3. In this case, I just open the email and it gives the type, the address, display name. So we're looking at the email address. That's what I had in my column, so I carry that over. Right, so they're the fields that I've selected to export, and I go OK. Then it's basically saying what it's doing, and we say finish. So now it's exporting them to an CSV Excel document, and we hope it works. I'm assuming has done the task, so I'm going to go and open this folder, which I see is here. It's the top one that I've most recently done. Now you'll see that this is quite a weird looking list. It doesn't really separate anything into columns. It's just lots of commas and hyphens in between, and you'll see if you look closely that all the data is in one column, in column A. But you can see there's a mix and match of telephone numbers and all this. So yes, it's just one big column of jumbled up data. I don't know how I figured this out, but I did. And basically we can now go to data at the top and go and select text to columns. Right, then it gives you delimited or fixed. We choose the delimited, which is already defaulted, and we say next. I can see that all this data is still not in columns, and it seems that there's commas and so on separating it. So I check the commas, and what happens is when I checked commas there, it creates first name, last name, business phone, mobile phone, and email address, which is what we want. And I say next. This I've just left as a general column data format, which seems to be okay, and I've said finish. Now you can see it's already making a lot more sense. There are columns for the first name, the last name, the business number, the mobile number, and the email address. You'll see that the zeros have been thrown away, but that's not really a problem. That's a separate thing altogether. But this list, if one now saves it as save as, we now select saving it as an Excel workbook and say save. Now this Excel workbook is what Lawrence could work with to import your data into the CRM again. So I hope it's been useful. As I said, I've never done a tutorial before. This is strange and weird, and Steve, I hope this is part of my homework. You'll accept this as one of the 3 videos. And yes, I hope you all enjoy the course, and I hope this was possibly useful. It learned me a lot, and I think that's what we're all here for, is to figure these things out for whatever reason, and as I said, I just thought it was a good opportunity to test myself. So now I know how to capture my screen, and I know how to overlay the video with voice on top of the screen. So great, enjoy the rest of the course. Cheers guys.